Hi, this is Bobby Klein. I'm the translator and the interpreter of the I Ching. This is a New Earth I Ching, easy to understand, easy to put to use. It's an oracle, 3,000 years of wisdom wrapped up in this. So sit back, take a breath. If you've got a question in your mind, ask it. If not, just hang in and you'll get some answers. And that's what this is all about. The I Ching, they say, is the book of change, and it is, but it's also the book of answers. All right. Tune in. Drop in. You're home. Yeah. You're home. Open your minds, open your hearts. Come to your own level of stillness and let the words from the ancients come through the oracle. I Ching means book of changes. The I Ching is also a book of answers to questions we might have about how to proceed in life, how to move into a association, into a business, into a relationship. And it's done in a very special code. And your code is translated in your brain, in that part of the brain that does translation, so you get the meaning of what it means and what it means to you. As in tradition, I throw the coins every week. I meditate and I ask for what's right. What's right for all the people who are listening, who are loyal, and really, that's why I do this. And we drew a section, a qua, that, man, I needed this. I did need this. First, I'm going to give you the haiku I wrote. I write a haiku every week that I enclose, and it may have something to do with the section, but I do it before I know what we have. So just listen and just let yourself listen. Coconuts falling, mistrals blowing through the trees, putting nerves on edge. Ever felt that, man? When the winds are blowing, whew, get a little nervous, man. Get a little shaky. And then we come to the good news for this week. We've drawn a beautiful, beautiful hexagram. This week, what we've drawn is number 42. Number 42 is Yi, augmenting and blessings in great measure. So I needed to hear this week. You know, things get tough sometimes. You with me? When decisions have got to be made, and we got to pay attention to, what's in the stars. We listen to Kaipacha. We open up to the people who we trust, and the I Ching comes along in a way of augmenting, which is the name. The sections are built around hexagrams, 6 lines. This week above is Sun, the root, the tree, the foundation. And below is Zen, shake and arouse. So that's moving us, you see. This is a beautiful reading, but it's giving you some movement, and that's what we need, is movement into the good, so we can be part of that and part of the greater good. The wisdom this week's I Ching. All things are possible now. Energies are increased, so be generous and ethical, and now you will flourish. So understand that. When the things are really good for you, whether it's energetically, financially, in love, whatever it is, it's important that we be generous, that we generous and we share, and that opens the doorway that says, now you will flourish. Come to stillness now as a cycle of growth, of rejuvenation, of increase. development and gain are being made available to you. By moving with truth and compassion, you're placed in the influence of reception. Your benefit now will be to be active and to have no bounds on your intent. Ideas, projects, without bounds. Go for it. Create it. Break down the walls. Get out of the box. Create any negative thoughts and see them for correction, you see. When negative thoughts are created, there's a voice trying to stop you. But you can't let that happen, man. You got to open up and change these negative thoughts. That's what'll get in the way, and that's what'll stop you. These negative thoughts, these negative actions that would foul the road before you have got to be corrected. And it ain't hard. It's easy. That when you hear the negative word, you just change it. And it works that way. You change your thinking. You change your thinking so you can augment what's going on at this time when you will gain great benefits from trusting yourself and recognizing the unseen forces that are at work and are amplifying your patterns of growth and your patterns of gain. Look to the many situations that surround you now. I told you, it's complex. I mean, there's so much coming at you. How do you choose? What do you do? It might be in your work. It might be in your relationship. Could be your health, art, your inner development, your focus. So what you want, you got to look at to grow it, to change it for the better, and trust your intuition as what are the correct actions. This is the time to move beyond your doubt and beyond your shame to achieve clarity. And that's what this time is about. This time is about achieving clarity and having that place in your life, that love in your life, where you can move ahead and feel that you're supported by the greater good, supported by the cosmos. You know, it sounds, how does the cosmos support me? Because that's where your energy comes from. You know, you don't have to fly to that other dimension. It happens, of course. But right now, we're grounding. We're grounding on Mother Earth. Be with an open and fearless heart and make a plan. So just dig that for a minute. With openness, without fear, make your plan. Do not limit yourself. This truly is a time of no limits. And once you've made a commitment to your path and you apply the correct energetics to the task ahead, you're being prepared for the increase that is rapidly approaching. Try realizing this energy and movement as it's infused with positivity, as it comes into your life, into the movements that are around you, and you will get what you want. You know, it does come with, watch what you wish for, right? And also your wishes, your desires, they do have, boundaries that you don't cross into the dark side. And that can happen. But everything that you're doing now is part of crossing into the light. And that's what we're doing, brothers and sisters. As a world energy, we're moving into the light. There will be harvest. There will be bounty. And this gain to your family, to your tribe, to your associates and neighbors, it's time to share the harvest. You'll be harvesting. And this talks a lot about generosity, because where do we share? It's in community. And if we don't have an actual community that we're working with, then there is this place of loving kindness, that once we open to loving kindness, we join with souls around the world. In this, you will be joyful. You will be satisfied, you see. It is a vital component in assuring the return in the cosmic cycle to the freedom, to the peace, and to the abundance that is approaching at this moment in time of the shifting, the energetics, that are available at this time. Yeah, see, a window's open. And understand this. Windows open. You would not listen to this and feel like it's true for you if you were not ready. And understand this. Windows open, but they don't stay open forever, which is why the I Ching talks about action. Once you know, you go for it. You consciously share your thoughts, share your ideas, and share your bounty. This will allow you to join with those of like consciousness, whether standing by your side or they're far away. And that's what we're seeing as community in this world community. And your brothers and sisters are out there, and don't doubt it. Your tribe's there. And if you can't get to their side right now, you just open up in your meditation. You open up and listening, reading the I Ching, listening to the wisdom of the elders. You will benefit from making a commitment. Commitment in working with all the other sentient beings on your planet who are moving towards the greater good. And this will ensure a solid foundation so that when the weight of influence, the weight of abundance comes your way, as it's beginning now, if you haven't noticed, it's on the horizon, you'll be in shape, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Those are the three legs of the magician's table. So you're going to get fit to fully receive what is meant for you. Now look, goodness and blessings come towards you, but you've got to have strength to receive it, right? You have to be in your openness, in your meditation, in your paying attention to the influence of your intuition. At this point, be clear in what your intent is. Be clear in your actions, as there's wisdom in the calling that is coming that tells you what goes around comes around, and know that as well. If you choose to embody these suggestions given by the oracle, there will be no blame. If you don't want to listen, that's okay. However, your old patterns of procrastination and doubt would just rise up and slap you in the face. You know, this time is a time of great opportunity. But if you're not there, ready to receive, it's going to pass you by. That window closes. It's not open forever. This coming force is not something that you can put on hold and use later. You'll keep the benefits of this time by moving into the wholeness of the light that illuminates the way, the Tao, the path, to the road less traveled, that place where you're moving towards your destiny. Now, who you roll with at this time is important. Should you give yourself away or join with others that do not match your passion and intent, you would be left on the shore exhausted and grasping for air. That's it. What has seemed in the past to be beyond your skills, beyond your influence, beyond your capabilities, this is no longer your limitations. It is time, with humility and grace, to accomplish the great work before you. By deconstructing your shame, your fear, and your doubt, you'll find the way is open. And what is meant by that, if you examine what you're ashamed about and embrace it because it's there, and you look at your fears and you take it apart, you'll find there's nothing to be afraid of. And if you hear that voice of doubt, change that voice, right? Use ritual and ceremony as part of your process to release yourself from old patterns that have plagued you and created obstacles on your path. If you hear that critical voice, I call it the coyote, whispering in your mind's ear that you don't have enough of what it takes, man, know that this is a lie, and that enough is less than you think. Dig that. Amaze yourself. Amaze yourself. Jump fully into the void with all that you are, all that you've experienced, and with joy and satisfaction. Know that this movement generates your energy that multiplies in a beautiful way. Take a moment and visualize rays of blue, healing, and protective light around you. Come on, just take a second and do it. Come and let yourself see these beautiful rays of blue light all around you. It's a protection. Put this light around you. Put it around your family and your friends and your tribe. And when you're in it and you see the light, share the light that you see and what you feel. Do this in silent dedication. Honor the ancestors and teachers whose energy and love has made a nest for you of confidence and grace that has silently graced you, graced your soul, and been there to achieve growth. When you feel discomfort in the nest, right? You've been, I'm so comfortable here. It's been great. And, I got the great chair, and I got the couch, and I got the place by the sun, all that. When you feel that, when you feel like your nest is there. But silently, you're feeling that you got to grow out of this. And when you feel discomfort, it's time to spread your wings and fly to destiny, and that's what it's about. The time of augmentation has come. It's come for you to open as you have been awakened. Understand that. You have been awakened. And it's important now that you hear those words, but look to what's been happening. These are awakening moments that happen. It might happen in your dreams when you wake up, when you go to bed, when you're driving, but something has come in that has made you say, oh man, that's a beautiful piece of wisdom. And that's awakening you. And thus, you have survived these recent disappointments, and that's a blessing. You've survived recent dangers and obstacles. Much has been integrated as a result of these experiences. The fog of fear, the fog of judgment and doubt will lift, allowing you to see more clearly the tasks before you. Be confident and embody compassion, embody dignity. This will place you in the proper light where you can proceed safely, moving toward your planned and your well thought out goals. All right, listen to that. We have goals and we got to make a plan, and the universe does respond to a plan. You think it out, you make your plan, write it out, man, put it up on a board, whatever way you got to do it. It could be Post-its all over the pad. But know that these thoughts are there, and you're reminding yourself of your goals as you move. These are awesome times. These are times of abundance and awareness because it's a great opportunity. And love, oh man, love, let me tell you, love is on the horizon. Yes, yes. Now, of great benefit will be to consider Gaia, your earth, your environment, by contributing to an energetic planetary consciousness for wellness on the planet. When a group comes together and will meditate on an idea, meditate on some action, it really works. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi sent a large group of meditators to Boston, I think it's 20 years ago, when the crime was just out of control, and sent them there, meditate on peace. And it went down by 80%. The violence, all of it went down by 80%. People were shocked, right? You see, this is what sharing the harvest means. The correct attitude at this time is to be confident and self-assured and generous and loving. You can do that. You really can. Look, this is a winning combination that will carry you through any obstacle that may be placed in your way. Knowing and believing in this path is what will give you confidence that is born of fearlessness. Look to those who have gone before you, the ones that have, through their efforts, accomplished great things. Let them be your, what do we call them? Let them be the ones who represent what you go for, right? Like your mentors, whether they're in the body or not. Emulate their thoughts and behavior and their confident attitude. And if you do that, it comes to you. And you're not fronting, man. It's true. You do it. And the attitude is nothing to it but to do it. And that's part of what the deal is. You see, mentors or guides may manifest at any time. And now look to them and find and amplify those qualities in you. You know, if you think somebody is great or they've done great things, that's because it's part of you. And you can bring that into your life as you move and as you feel what is happening for you at those times. And that's what's so important right now in this time of growth. The ones that have gone before you, let them be your mentors. Be gracious now. Be ethical. Be compassionate. And you will not only accomplish what the Tao is referred to as the great work, you'll also bring clarity to areas formerly clouded by old negative patterns, by judgment, by doubt, by fear. You know, somebody's angry and acting out, they're afraid of something, man. Look, know that at this juncture, you're going to have help at every step. Don't doubt it. This is a precious time, a time when your guides, your inner or outer teachers, your wisdom ancestors, are right at hand, lending support that will deliver you to the brand of greatness. And the nagging loneliness that you've been feeling, where the source, you'll get to pinpoint what it is, it'll vanish. It'll vanish as like a bright sun rises with spirit to bathe you in the light of knowledge. Knowledge that does not come from books or study, but the knowledge that you are good enough to accomplish the tasks before you. Take a second, work with me. I want you to say, I'm good enough. Come on. I'm good enough. And see how it feels. And repeat it a few times and use it. You know, Thich Nhat Hanh is amazing, Buddhist teacher. And he has walking meditations. So when you're walking, let your meditation repeat that. I'm good enough. And that opens your heart and quiets that negative voice. So that knowledge is there to help you. And look at all the hurts of the ego when you've been whacked, when your heart has been shaken, and it's blocked your progress. With conscious awareness now, let go of that through prayer, through ritual and ceremony, and know that prayer is just listening, and then you'll be guided, you know, by your guides, by God, by Great Spirit, by Wakantanka. You'll be guided. It will come. This is a time to create ritual and embody a life that is ceremonial. Consciously have this life be serious, and be seriously outrageous. Just go for it and sing and dance and be joyous while you shine like the sun at midday, because that is your gift at this time. And let the world see you shining, and that's your teaching as you open up to that. Like I said, I really needed this week, this reading. I wasn't so sad, but I was really feeling like, really? Really? That obstacle again? No, man. And then I come to the belief, I come to stillness, and I feel better. And it allows me to write. And it allows me to do my meditations, allows me to open this doorway to bring the sermon out. I love it. I really do. Listen again to the haiku. Coconuts falling, mistrals blowing through the trees, putting nerves on edge. And when that happens, just come to stillness and breathe and say, I'm good enough. So don't go for that negative voice that's in there just to screw with you, man. Why that voice is there, I've not figured it out. But, almost 80 years on the planet, I know it's there. So what do? We move on, and then we are. A great gentleman died at 99 years old. The Duke of Edinburgh, the Queen's husband. That cat had dignity. Never did anything bad to anybody, as we know. But forget his politics. If you look at him, he was just dignified, and he was confident. So I just wanted to do a shout out to the spirit of the Duke, and didn't know him, but I certainly was aware of him and what he's done. So be the best that you can be. Be the love that you desire as you sing and dance and be joyous. So as we move on, I want to say on June the 10th to the 14th of this year, I'm doing a retreat here in Tulum. It's going to be amazing. I'm bringing in local elders, but elders from tribes far away to be in the teachings to help us understand the planet. Tremendous yoga teacher that teaches at all levels. And it's a place on the sea that's called Ikal. And it's a beautiful place. You can look it up. And I think in a week, it's going to be mailed to you about this. But it's going to be an amazing time with amazing people and amazing teachers. And of course, I'm doing my teaching there and going to open these doorways up. And it's going to be celebration. It's going to be dance. It's going to be seriously cool as you come. And by then, I think the book has been a little late at the printer as those things happen. And the book, The New Earth I Ching, is coming. Just watch for it. If you're listening to this, I hope you're on the list. Hey, listen, if you are somebody who listens like on YouTube or just on Spotify, I encourage you to go to the website and go to the I Ching section and subscribe. And that way you get the text every week as you get a link to the audio. You get a link to this audio. And then you're on the list and you're in the place where you're starting to get the information that's coming through. So be thinking about, coming down here. It's beautiful here right now, and it's going to be beautiful in June on the water as we all come together on the water and we seek the best that we can possibly do, and we get ourselves into it and feel it. I send you as much love as I could possibly muster. And I'm just not saying that. I feel I've made some people laugh, and they say, "Man, you have a relationship with that microphone." I do, because it's a channel to you, and I reach out and bring the way I feel and the way that I love and the way that I open to let it come out. And so the Mayan phrase I use that is in la que shalakin. It means I am the other you. So I say it. In la que shalakin, I am the other you. And I like it that way. Yeah. Love the one you're with. Honor Gaia. Take care of our earth and bring service into your life. A life without service is no life at all. That's where you'll find joy, and that's where you're going to find your fellows, the ones you walk with. And I say again, in La Kesha Lakin, I am the other you. And I do like it that way. Yes, I do. Namaste, my brothers. Namaste, my sisters. I send it out to you, to they, to all. Be the love that you desire. Be one big old popsicle of love. Aho! Aho.